Evening all, and welcome to another brand new episode of Haunted Scouse. And tonight we're here at the famous Bridewell in Liverpool.
So once again, a massive thank you to Fiona and Dom for letting us into their second pub. You've already seen what happened when we investigated the Denby Castle. Let's see what happens when we investigate the Bridewell.
Right, what we're going to do is, now all the kit's out, there is something on every single table. Chris just pans around, but literally we littered the whole top floor of the Bridewell with REM pods and cat balls, and fingers crossed, now we're just starting off. That we thought, well, we haven't done an SP7 for a while, so we're just going to sit for a few minutes, maybe ask some questions and see what comes through. So yeah, here we go. Is there anybody there who'd like to come and talk to us? My name's Adam, this is Chris. We don't mean you any harm, we're just here to have a chat. Would you like to maybe tell us your name?
Always the way with this one, isn't it?
Trying to do that so you can hear me, and then the first voice comes out. There's a female that we're talking to. You have to try and give us your name. Try and speak through this device. We can have a conversation. Perhaps maybe give us your age.
Can you tell us the name of anybody who works here?
thank you. Can you try and do that again for us, please, but make it a little bit clearer?
Use some of our energy. Dom. Maybe, Dom. Eve. Yeah.
Do you want us to leave? So, can you give us a sign of some sort?
Go. Yeah.
No, that was male.
That was the first male voice we've had through.
That was leave, female.
Yeah.
Go.
Go.
Very close again.
Were you a police officer? I've just placed something next to the speaker. Can you tell us what it is? Maybe what sound it makes? So Adam will just show to the camera, guys. It is an original police whistle from the probably from the turn of the last century, to be honest.
Obviously, if you were at the Accrington event with us, you know exactly what sound that makes firsthand. But
Yeah.
you've seen the Accrington fan event, that's how we started the night.
And we will use that a bit later on, guys, when we're downstairs amongst the cells. Do you like us being here? I don't, or was it I don't or Adam?
I was splitting between the two again. I thought it was possibly that, but it was like, it was 2 syllables. But
Yeah.
it was quite instant response to that. I don't.
Yeah. But the male voice again was go, and this time it was I don't like you being here. Why don't you like us being here?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, as Adam said, guys, it's been that long since we've actually used that device. We have to kind of get used to how it sounds again, and you have to tune into it once more. You probably can hear a few voices downstairs. The last of the punters are just gone.
Yeah, I think it's obviously different how the S-Box works. Is sort of, you know, when the S-Box is out, it's sort of tunes word after word, or there is a lot more voices, and you saw there that we had to wait a good 5 minutes so you can get something out of it, but then at least, you know, it did start picking up. But then clearly what was coming through didn't really want us to be here, did it? So it was kind of like, there was definitely leave and then there was go.
Yeah.
And a definite mixture of male and female as well.
Yeah, it kind of felt like, in a way, like the leave was female, maybe as a gentle warning trying to help us leave, and then it was the deep male voice of go, which was the, you know, maybe that's the overbearing spirit that's in here.
Possibly. But yeah, interesting thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, if there is anyone here who wants to come and talk to us, maybe try and make one of the devices on the table light up or flash. You can do that by just pushing it or touching it. and they'll light up. I mean, looking around, you could not litter the place more with trigger objects. So if there is anything here, fingers crossed, something will make a noise or flash or do something. But on 3 or be on 4. No, do our usual and then just maybe do 5 minutes of the slow one or something.
Okay guys, so what we're going to do now, we had a little bit of interaction there on the SB7, so we're going to start now with the S-Box and continue that line of communication and see if maybe the newer technology can help them come through a bit more clearly.
Well, okay. Good job you've seen that.
Hello. He's hiding. He's hiding. Did you just get that cap all off? Can you do that again, please? On any of them. What's your name? Did someone hurt you in here? He did.
Yeah, definitely he did that.
What were you in jail for? Are we talking to a little boy?
A little bit lower than the other.
Are you happy that we're here? No.
No, I thought that we're not.
Why not? Why are you not happy that we're here? Are there any policemen here? Whereabouts in the room are you? Help me. Why do you need help? Who wants me? Who wants you? name, the person who is trying to hurt you? Ironically, the SB7 was potentially a little bit clear in the S-box.
Yeah.
There was a lot trying to come through, but...
Yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it? I mean, I think the best bit there, though, is even before we started, or when we were just about to start, and you caught the cat ball. I think I must have caught the back end of it flashing because the IR light bounced off, but what was just going through my head is that was the one that was directly behind where I sat.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, is whoever or whatever here sort of down there, and then was waiting for us to move away, and the minute we move away, that went off.
Yeah.
So we were only up here for about a minute, and then before we started that, and then that went off.
Exactly.
So.
Can you tell us your name?
It's interesting.
And it's good, it's also good, guys, with literally we've littered the cat balls all over, and we do that for a very good reason, is that, you know, if that one cat ball was going off constantly, then you could argue that it's just a faulty cat ball, or if it was going off every 40 seconds or so, you could argue the same thing on it that way, but it's not.
And then the issue was, when it went off once, you're just like that now, with all the equipment, thinking it's something else, but then you know how much we've got set out, and what, it went off for about 3 seconds maybe, and then that was it, and it hasn't gone off again.
5 seconds, that's it.
So.
And as the law of sod, you know, the lock-off camera we've got running there does not capture that table, because we've captured as much of the room as we could, just not the one where the ball was flashing.
You maybe talk to us downstairs instead, or somebody maybe come and talk to us downstairs that you know of. It's still here in the building. So your presence has been felt here, heard, seen. We just want to communicate with you.
So guys, we've moved inside now. Where we are is in one of the old cells. You can see the cell door behind me here. The brilliant thing about this pub is that we are actually sat in one of the old cells of the Bridewell. So we thought, what better way to start off an episode in basically what was an old prison than let's blow the police whistle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the front where it would have been the check-in desk when it was a police station, blow the whistle, and then I'll come back down and join Adam, and yeah, let's see if we can wake anything up with this. It'll certainly wake us up anyway. if that doesn't wake them up, mate, I don't know what will.
Yeah, so obviously where we are now downstairs in the Bridewell, what we've done is we've got 2 lock-offs. We've got one lock-off just on the corridors behind Chris there, on a lower level, and we've littered the corridor with cat balls there and REM pods, and then we've done the same on the other lock-off, which is looking up towards the main cell doors as well, which is where quite a lot of shadows and noises have been heard, and again littered with cat balls and REM pods as well. And then in the 2 cells on the opposite side, we've also put REM pods in there, so hopefully if anything does move about in there, we will hear it.
So if there are any spirits here, maybe somebody that used to work here at the Bridewell, a police officer, maybe a prisoner who unfortunately met their end in here, can you use our energy and come towards us? Perfect timing. That's just a toilet. That's not paranormal. Maybe you heard me blow the whistle. Maybe it's something that's familiar to you. Maybe you can touch it, make it roll off the table. There's an object next to it that'll light up.
Maybe bang on one of the doors, let us know that you're here. Like someone moving about.
Yeah.
That was you. Can you do that again for us, please? Well, a little bit closer. Maybe you could set one of the devices off in the corridors. You go near it, or kick it, or push it over. It'll make a noise or it'll light up.
You're welcome to use some of our energy if you need to. Just enough to be able to move one of the objects. If you give them a slight if you give them a slight push, they will roll.
Interestingly, do you know why they're called Bridewells?
Not come.
No. You don't know? No, obviously just on the history aspect of it, guys, you know, where we are, you know, the position of the building anyway is in such a historic location, you know, right next to the docks as well. But I was just doing a little research bits as I do, and just thought, well, actually, why are they called Bridewells? Why are these, you know, because once one was named and there's a few, and there's 2 in Liverpool, isn't there? So I did a bit of research on it, and yeah, so in the 1500s, basically the first Bridewell was built, and it was basically a building very close to St Bride's, and there was a well that was connected to it, and it was that sort of the 2 and 2 together, the Bridewell, and yeah, so it was the first institution that was built to house. It was more like, you know, the beggars and the poor and things like that. But yeah, it was that was the first correctional facility. It was a building, I think, that Henry VIII housed in, and then when he moved out the building, or the palace, or whatever it was yeah, then the first Bridewell was born. So yeah, the history there.
See, education with Mr. Billing again.
I know.
Very interesting, sir. Very interesting.
It is, and I mean, you know, it's that goes way back, you know, like 500 odd years. But I mean, I think this is sort of 18th century. It's grade 2 listed. You know, it's at least 150 years old, if not more. Yeah, and also quite interestingly, you might have seen outside the building there's a plaque, and it's got a picture of Charles Dickens on, which is a bit strange, but apparently the story goes when he was researching for his book, The Uncommercial Traveller, that he was sworn in as a police officer and patrolled the beat around Liverpool here and around the Albert Dock for a night. So he would have encountered quite a lot of the rougher side, shall we say, so to speak, of maybe the dockers and the fights, and sort of seeing first hand what this building was actually used for, and you know, it could have actually been in this building and been right at that front desk and gone through that front door just like we have. So not to say that we're going to make contact with Charles Dickens, because it's a very, very small part of his life, but you know, to actually come to the city and actually do his research as well and walk around, it's just fascinating, really.
See, it's been a while since we've had Mr. Billings factoids, so yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I've been working hard, so it's been I sort of switch off when I leave work, but yeah, again, it's tapping into the history though, isn't it? And it's kind of why you and I do this, and you know, to come somewhere like this, and you know, even with these proper cell doors and the brickwork and obviously all. Okay, that's quite interesting. Thank you, if that was you.
Okay. That was just as you mentioned the cell door as well.
Right. You kind of find that, you know, when you're sitting and waiting for it, it doesn't happen, and then when you're waffling about something else,
yeah,
it lights up. But I mean, this is, you know, what Fiona, I remember, was telling us, that this is sort of where a lot of the stuff does happen, and things have been seen, and glass is smashed, and objects do sort of move off tables here. So
yeah, and it is this specific cell as well. So I mean, maybe that was the first little bit of contact. So thank you if that was you. Do you want to do the S box then?
Yeah, so obviously, hopefully, hopefully what's obviously just obviously. So what's just happened with the ball lighting up on the table? Maybe it's time to thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Brilliant.
I mean, cat ball lighting up on the
I
table.
mean, one on each table, guys. I mean, that's.
And that's within a very short space of time. Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say, obviously, with the cat balls moving on that table, and it's funny how then that lit up. But
yeah, and I was just going to say, did you hear the dog bark just after?
Don't think so. No. Trying to think. No, I think it was more in shock that that went off. Or
I thought I heard the dog bark just after that cat ball stopped flashing. Just one woof.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's
a good start.
It is. It's
just
so
an unexpected start.
It's so. It just. I mean, I know I picked the S, but I literally picked that up, but it was in my hand before that even went off.
And it'll be. You'll have seen all this bit, guys. It's like you'll have seen Adam, as I filmed him, picking up the S box, and a few seconds had passed before that started flashing. So that means it couldn't possibly have been some vibration caused by that. Same with this one. I'm nowhere near it. I'll show my legs there. We purposely sit back from the tables, as you can see with Adam as well, so that we're not touching the tables and causing any vibrations. But
Strange.
I think that's
definitely a time to get the Xbox.
an ideal time now to see if there's somebody here, yeah.
Someone clearly does want to make themselves known to us, so yeah, fingers crossed we might be able to pick up some answers on this. So. Is there anybody here who'd like to come and talk to us?
Everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so clearly you've got something that you'd like to do or tell us. If you can come forward and do that now. Maybe perhaps start with your name.
What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna slide out so I've got both these tables in view as well, mate. That was a deep one.
There we are. My name's Adam, this is Chris.
Hi.
So you don't mean you any harm, any disrespect. We're here just trying to tell your story. Very bad.
Yeah. What was very bad? The place, I thought that, yeah.
This place in particular?
Evil.
Can you tell us what happened here?
We hung out, we hung. Sorry, yeah.
Like a sort of policeman, no stuff.
Yeah.
Ask you your name.
I am.
So is this a prisoner that we're talking to? Tell us what you did.
Thank you.
Is that you setting the lights off?
I did. What was your name?
Strange when I'm right next to you.
Angry. Well, okay.
Thank you.
Why are you angry? He killed us. Who killed you?
Maybe try and set the other device off. It's next to that one. Or maybe make the device that's on the other table go off. It does the same thing, and that flashes up as well. Thank you. Thank you.
I think it captured a little light anomaly coming away from you then as well. I'd have to watch that back. Just down here towards me. Wow, so there's energy. Wow, so there's energy now.
Thank you. Can you try and stop that one? And maybe move over to the other one?
Come on, I've moved away from my seat now, so you're welcome to sit where I was.
this place hold pleasant memories for you? Maybe negative? Energy or negative? Energy or negative?
Murder.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you, or was that what you were brought here for? It's them, or he's... Who did you murder? My name.
What was your name?
Jennifer. Is that who we're talking to, Jennifer?
Maybe try and make one of the other devices light up for me as well.
But isn't that strange though, and all the time we were sat there doing the intro and talking and everything, that neither of them went off, and then as soon as we start backing up a little bit.
I mean, I'm just going to turn this off for a second, but yeah, I think that's it, and you can see now, obviously, it's like the short bursts, but nothing happened a lot, went away, come back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But again guys, I've got the shot there to show that Adam's not touching the table in any way, so it's not a vibration.
You've seen, I mean, obviously it started before the S-Box, it carried on when the S-Box was on, so you can't see there's like sort of anything interfering with it. But
it's like they've moved from this one, which was the first one to go off, and only the once, to that one. So the energy that they were using to come through, potentially something linked to a death, and you know, one clear female named Jennifer.
I just think it's just strange how, you know, it's so sporadic that you can't even say, and it's so, I mean, it's so weird when it goes off when you're right next to it as well.
Yeah.
A few kind of like cold shivers, but it's sort of thinking, okay, what is actually happening here? Who is sat here? I think it's you know, just off the feeling it's a male, definitely like a male presence that, you know, possibly was prisoned here. I think when we obviously mentioned about the door, and then we mentioned about the wall, and bits about that, and more towards the being housed and stuff, that it probably was a male prisoner. But again, I could be massively wrong there, but yeah, great start.
I know. Yeah, decent. So thank you. And again, I mean, it probably make a liar out of me now and go off, but it stopped again.
Yeah.
Right on cue. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just someone's got a sense of humour.
I was going to say, yeah, so you'll fit in great with us tonight. You've obviously got a sense of humour. Are you going to follow us around when we walk throughout the other cells?
You're going to come with us as we walk through?
I'll pick this one. Just
Clearly not.
yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna walk through and sit in one of the others.
I love smoosh them all the way down, but I mean, again, I'm making as much kind of noisy vibrations and that cat ball hasn't gone off.
Exactly.
So I'll actually, I mean, there's no real benefit of me sitting right next to you, so we can kind of just, I can hover in the corner here and sort of keep an eye on that.
I'm wondering...
That just randomly go off again.
I think it did, didn't
I'm
it?
sure it stopped and then started again. Right, okay.
Okay,
Just
so
see
now,
what
and
happens
again,
there.
guys, I'm literally gonna...
I mean, that's a good thing about me standing here, because I've got your legs in shot and you're
Yeah.
not on the table and near the table, so...
If that was you, why didn't you come and sit next to me, please? Yeah, I need to download Spirit Talker onto mine. Got a headache sitting in this cell. I'll show you that to camera in a second. I don't wear the cap like that. I wear the cap every episode. Okay, I'll just... yeah, I'll say it to camera because literally it's weird. All of a sudden I've got like okay. So guys, we've set everything up here. We're going to switch on the Spirit Talker app, but I've just been mentioning off camera then, all of a sudden I've got a pressure headache in this particular cell, which I haven't had anywhere else walking around, and it's strange. It's not like the cap's too tight. You see me wear them all the time on the episodes, but this particular cell just feels like, I mean, I don't know, did they have any like nasty things that they tortured people with? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, with the way they are, I mean, again, trying to peg back on some research, sort of roundabout one of the times, I think the average, I think especially, I'll try and get you a shot, yeah, I think especially when Charles Dickens did his sort of night in there, I'm sure roundabout in that year in the 1860s or whenever it was, there was over 26,000 arrests made that year. So you can tell how frequent all like sort of the violence and what was going on.
I suppose a lot of them would have been head injuries, wouldn't they?
That's
from fighting and falling and
it's all sailors and dockers and
yeah,
things, and this is where they would have been bought. Yeah. And if there would have been proper fights, and who's to know that in a space this size that they probably would have been scrapping in themselves as well.
Drunks as well, maybe. I've got a hangover headache. And I don't drink, guys.
Yeah,
I don't drink anymore. So, yeah, let's turn on the Spirit Talker then.
Do you know what? I feel like my hand's going on that chair and it's vibrating, so I'm going to put it on the wood.
Right, so I'll put it on.
Put it on the wood.
Right, so I'll put it on.
Put it on the wood.
Right, so I'll put it on the table and I moved away from it in case we do get anything with the cat balls. But there's a device on the table now. Maybe you can find your name in there.
Oh wow, okay.
But there's a device on the table now. Maybe you can find your name in there.
Oh wow, okay.
There's a device on the table now. Maybe you can find your name in there.
Oh. Light anomaly. I'm hoping it was a light anomaly, but it was big.
Yeah.
And it sort of just appeared. Now, obviously, I wasn't looking at the viewfinder, but
there's a device on the table now. Maybe you can find your name in there.
oh, wow, okay. Light anomaly. I'm hoping it was a light anomaly, but it was big.
Yeah.
And it sort of just appeared. Now, obviously, I wasn't looking at the viewfinder, but
yeah. If there's anything of interest, guys, you'll have seen it.
But it was just something that didn't. Obviously, you can start to know the difference between a bug and a light.
But second potential. Universe. Jesus Christ! I hate sitting next to this thing. That's only the second light anomaly. I only seen one through there potentially move along the bench next to you. So maybe we have got people sat next to us.
If that was you, can you show yourself again as a light?
I was actually just going to say, in all the time since we've moved from there, I know those cat balls haven't gone off because you would have.
I would have said that.
You
That's
would have left
purposely.
me and gone to say cat balls again, because if Adam just pans the camera around a little bit, guys, you'll see we haven't moved far from where we just had all that cat ball interaction, and we haven't moved the cat balls, and yet they've stopped going off since we've moved out of there. Now that a fair. Okay. I don't think you can get locked up for that, but maybe if the wife found out, you might get yourself locked up.
I think the thing is, if you're talking about like sort of the prostitution sort of thing, that if you'd obviously
for,
or that, or you'd probably, if you were well off, you'd probably maybe have the prostitute arrested and kind of thrown in, because that's, but strange. And yeah, again, just to go back to that, there's obviously no activity there, but we don't know what's going on in the corridors, do we? So
exactly. But it puts a lot more credibility on what we just experienced through there.
Almost definitely.
We've moved through to the next one. This is why we're strategically going to move down the cells, guys. There's another one for us to move to in a short while before we move across the gangway home. So is this your home? Are you the police officer or the police officer's family that lived upstairs?
I take that as sort of with desperation. If you're here, this is the last place you want to be.
Yeah, you want to go
You'd
home.
want to go home, and that's
Bob.
Bobby's.
Bobby's, yeah. Bob wants to go home, or maybe that was the fine they had to pay to get out. A Bob. £10 Bob note. Bent has. I mean, can you tell us how many pence a bob was?
But yeah, it's very, very specific.
Right, go on then.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it's look right. Am I right? Or you were on the right before? Possibly, but...
Can you copy me?
My neck.
Maybe that's what the injury was.
Hmm.
What happened to your neck? So strange though that we've moved from there.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
And you'd be the minute you've seen how we react when they go off, I'd be panning the camera right in there.
Yeah.
But and just again to add back to that, there's not been one single bug or light come past you at all.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And it's not like I've got anything reflective of me. Charles.
Yeah, Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens.
Again, I've spewed out any sort of name there, but it's a very relevant name to the building.
Maybe, to go back to Bob, maybe it was Bob Cratchit.
I'm really here.
Okay, so maybe it is Charles Dickens then. Yeah. But that was quick. That's the quickest we've had something else through, isn't it, Charles?
Yeah.
And then I'm really here. And again, guys, you know we're not going to suddenly start made contact with Charles Dickens. And then maybe we'll keep that one in the back because that seems very technical.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
That was me.
That was you. You can go off and you walk over it though. Yeah, it does.
Maybe lie on that leave over.
Oh Christ, this going. So what I've done, I'm going to switch to how I had them before. That will settle down. So maybe you're in this side then. Maybe you've moved right down.
Equipment.
Yeah, that's what we've moved down.
What we've kicked on the floor as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it.
Christ, it's a lot darker sat in the corner of here.
I can't actually see you with my own eyes. There's a proper dark little hole there.
Yeah. This is actually a decent little feel for what it would have been like, guys, because we've got the fire safety lights further down, and as you won't see it on the night vision, but as we've moved down, this is dark now. I can just about see my hands. But again, if there's any spirits here who maybe think you're still a little bit tough, and I'm going to challenge you tonight.
She's here.
Okay, well if you're here, come and sit next to me.
Oh God, against me.
Maybe you can follow Adam. Make one of the pieces of equipment light up while he's down there.
Building.
That you are. Oh my God, Struth. I tried to move away from it and then I kicked it.
And it didn't go off.
No. Well, he didn't. It didn't go off. I stepped over it and it does. Bloody REM pod.
It's so strange that since we've moved away from that end, we'd see the flash of those cat balls
Yeah.
and nothing. Can you tell us where we should go?
Had enough.
You've had enough. Okay. Is that your way of saying you're not playing at the moment?
I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? Because it's kind of has.
Now we've moved down here, it's like, yeah, had enough.
Fair enough. Okay, well we're going to go over to a different part now, and yeah, if you want to come and follow us, then please do.
Okay, we'll seem as though we'll respect the spirits if they've had enough, and we'll stop the spirit talker there. Should put that ramp up outside.
Just leave it in.
Let me go and get these bits on the phone.
Oh. Hello. Right, okay. Thank you. Clearly you've moved in, or you've followed us, or somebody is in here. Can you try and do that again for us, please? Thank you. Twice.
Okay.
Twice. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, so clearly somebody would like to communicate with us. Yeah. Right, I wonder if possibly whoever is in here, because somebody clearly is, can maybe try and use the voice, and we'll do an EVP session maybe and
Yeah.
get that going.
So, got it ready to go, guys. So let's press record. So if there is anyone in here with us, can you come towards us and speak into this device in my hand?
Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us why you are here? Is this a prisoner? Or are the prisoners here?
So if there is anyone in here with us, can you come towards us and speak into this device in my hand?
Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us why you are here? Is a prisoner? Or are the prisoners here?
So if there is anyone... So let's try a second one. My name's Chris. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell us what you were in here for? Is it you that's lighting up the balls on the table? We'll listen one more time. My name's Chris. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell us what you were in here for? Is it you that's lighting up the balls on the table? Definitely a breathy sound there.
That's strange.
Like someone struck my hand there. Yeah, that's strange. It was something. What? There's definitely something there when we're saying, "Can you tell us what you're in here for?" Again, guys, I'll have to clean up the audio when I'm doing the edit. But There's definitely two, seems like two responses there, but the second one is definitely like a breathy.
Yeah.
But that cat ball hasn't gone off again since, has it?
Hasn't. It went off twice, and then that's it, gone. Yeah, I'm
See, I had the headache in that one, and in this one, I really feel sick all of a sudden, like proper. That's you know, sometimes you get knots in your stomach, but this is a proper feeling of I'm gonna vom.
Move through to the next one then.
Yeah, with pleasure. Honestly, I really don't feel well in this one. So I'll be interested to see if this lifts when I move out of here. So we've moved through into the next cell, guys, and Adam's just pulling the cell door over now. But I've got to say, as soon as I've moved in here, that sickness feeling's lifting. There's a nice mirror here as well, mate.
Is there a mirror?
Yeah.
That mirror before, didn't we?
Yeah.
On the device.
Yeah. In fact, I think I'll join you in sitting on. If we sit away from those cat balls, then we can't be accused of knocking them.
Yeah, we standard cell shot.
There he is, billing. With his locked up pose again.
Happening more frequent now, isn't it? But I mean, I did say when we did the live chat not so long ago that this is sort of where I want to take off, coming to a prison and sitting in cells. Now I know this particular cell has got two lovely tables, a really comfortable couch, some beautiful artwork, and a telly on the wall. But it's slowly progressing to a full-size prison where we want to go. So, but I'll take this one for now, to be honest. So, if there is anyone in here with us, can you try and make one of the devices go off on either table? So you just push one of them or touch them, they'll light up. Or is the device on the floor? This device is outside the room as well. So possibly if you're walking up and down the corridor, you can make them flash. Are you incarcerated here? Maybe for a night or two, perhaps longer, depending on what you did. Are you someone who looks after, and protects and patrols, walks up and down, make sure everything is as it is? We are going to go soon, so if there's anything you want to do, I'll say. We'll try and do it now. That's quite still, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's strange how the closer you get towards the front door, the less activity you get.
Yeah, there is actually, obviously on the other side, isn't it? The back,
Yeah.
the end cell on that side. And then obviously you had the cat ball going off in that one. watching here.
So guys, that's the end of the episode here at the Bridewell, and I mean, we've had some amazing activity. It seemed to be the further in you went, the darker the cells got. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, absolutely stunning location, the Bridewell. Absolutely recommend yourselves coming down here for the drink. But I mean, as far as activity goes, yeah, there's definitely something, I think, lurking towards the back of the building, you know, interfering with a lot of our equipment. And yeah, cat balls seems to be the star of the show tonight. We don't think we've ever had that much activity around multiple cat balls. As well.
Activity in that one cell as well, guys. When we moved from it, the activity stopped.
Yeah, it's I mean, definitely well worth a revisit on this. You know, even with the EVP as well, possibly something caught on there, and that would be the first time that we've noticeably picked something up on EVP. So yeah, it's got everything, and hopefully, you know, when we review the lock-offs, maybe there was something setting off the equipment outside the cells as well.
Yeah, exactly. But no, all that remains to say is, listen, thank you very much to Fiona and Dom for letting us into both the Denby Castle and the Bridewell, and a massive thanks to Luke and the guys tonight for letting us in. It's much appreciated. It's a very late one for them and us.
It is, and yeah, get yourself into the Denby, or get yourself down here for a bit of a history lesson as well, because the stuff on the walls, it's just, you could sit here for ages, and if you want a unique experience for a drink, I'd definitely be popping in here for one.
Yeah, exactly. So, and don't forget, when you do pop in, tell them Haunted Scouse sent you. But yeah, so for this one, guys, we're done. So just hit that subscribe button for us, and please consider the channel membership as well. There's a lot of extras go on there. But for this one, mate,
yeah,
it's time for bed. So thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.
Ta-ra. Haunted Scouse. Haunted Scouse.